Fed Chair Jay Powell's market commentary continues today with the House Financial Services Committee. Let's get the latest with Yahoo Finance's Jennifer Schonberger. Hey, Jennifer.
Hey there, Rochelle. That's right. Fed Chair Powell testifying right now before the House Financial Services Committee. His first time since Republicans have taken over the House following those midterm elections. And right out of the gate, House Financial Services Chair Patrick McHenry asking Chair Powell what to expect for the March policy meeting. Powell reserving the right to survey the upcoming data before making a final decision, noting they are not on a preset course. Take a listen.
We have some potentially important data coming up, data to be analyzed. One of them came out at exactly 10 o'clock. That would be the JOLTS report, which, of course, I haven't seen, being sitting here at 10 o'clock. But we're also getting a jobs report on Friday and a CPI and PPI inflation report next week. So those will be important, and we'll scrutinize them. When we say that we're going to be looking at the totality of the data, which is what I said, that does include these reports yet to come. They're going to be important in our assessment of the higher readings that we have very recently received and of the overall direction of the economy and of our progress in bringing inflation down.
Now, Democratic ranking member Maxine Waters took the opportunity to go after Republicans on the debt ceiling and asked Chair Powell about the failure to raise the debt ceiling. Powell warned the Fed cannot protect the economy from brinksmanship or default. Take a listen.
No one should assume that the Fed can protect the economy from the non-payment of the government's bills, let alone a debt default or something of that nature, which we don't think will happen here. But no one should be thinking that we have the tools to protect the economy from all the potential effects of that.
House Republicans also expressing concerns about reviewing and potentially increasing bank capital requirements. Chairman Patrick McHenry questioned the Fed's motivation for the Fed's review and said the central bank shouldn't operate in the shadows, especially when the regulation in question could have broad and significant economic effects. McHenry also accused the Fed of laying the groundwork for climate policy to be implemented through Fed regulation. We are getting more headlines out of this hearing, and I will bring them to you as I hear them. Rochelle?
And Jennifer, I mean, we saw how markets reacted yesterday to that testimony from Powell. What are the expectations here? I mean, I think he's been pretty consistent in terms of staying the course, doing what he has to do to keep inflation, to get it down to that 2% target. But do you think he's doing enough? Is it hawkish enough, do you think, that it's really sort of reset the market expectations?
I don't know how much more hawkish you could get at this point. I mean, he's opened the door to a 50 basis point rate hike in a couple weeks from now after having slowed down to 25 basis points last meeting. And that's on account of this stronger than expected data that we've seen over the past month. And he's reserving his right because, as he said, we've got a jobs report out on Friday. We've got CPI out again next week. And those could come in strong as well, in which case the Fed wants to have the optionality to pivot if necessary. He also laid the groundwork yesterday and again reiterated today for raising rates perhaps higher than previously anticipated. They really want to make sure that they get inflation back under control here. And I think the market's finally starting to tune into that. I would expect Powell to continue to stay the course on what he said yesterday and what he said so far today. I wouldn't expect increased hawkishness, if you will, from this point or any pullback.
Well, we've certainly heard plenty from Fed Chair Powell, and we know they're going into their quiet period soon ahead of that meeting at the end of March. Thank you for that update. Jennifer Schonberger there for us.